Hello, I'm Charlie Hegum. I'm with Cirrus Cycles. We have the BodyFloat isolation seat post built up in Bellingham, Washington, considered the gold standard of vertical travel tunable compliance. This is a great way to isolate the rider from the terrain that it's on and have the most amount of fun on a bike possible. So some of the features of the BodyFloat makes it quite a bit different from what else is out there in the marketplace. BodyFloat has two steel die springs. These springs, there's no damping in here. So we have an undamped mechanism. Yes, no damping in here. We do have a top out elastomer that's right here, this little red guy here. And inside the upper spring guide, we have a bottom out elastomer that protects and softens the endpoints. But in the middle of your active travel range, which is up to 1.5 inches, we have no damping whatsoever. And that's a key element of control because the human body is a wonderful controller of where that damping needs to go. So that's one aspect that we do very different than everybody else. Number two, our travel path of our system is vertical. It's perpendicular to the force line coming up of energy through the bike and the terrain underneath of you. A lot of other systems go rearward and down. And that's not an effective way. You don't want to move the mass back and down and change the cockpit, change the feel and fit of the bike. BodyFloat doesn't change any dynamics of the bike. The fit remains the same. The geometry of the bike remains the same. So we have a vertical travel path. We have no damping. And because we have a unique play of springs, we can change spring tension and spring rates very simply. So we have an infinitely tunable system, which is really unique in the marketplace and allows you to optimize this for exactly the way that you want. So a little bit more on our travel path and why do we have a vertical travel system? Well, when you have energies that pass up, when you're riding over stuff like the terrain that I'm on blacktop, I don't need much travel range. If I'm on a gravel path with little rocks, I need a little bit more travel range, but not much. But the key of that travel is I want the bike to be able to come up and down underneath me at whatever frequency it needs to in a vertical path. I want to stabilize my mass so I'm nice and stable. I can hold on to the bars, have a nice comfortable grip, keep my butt on the saddle, and let that bike just move at whatever frequency it needs to underneath of me. A rearward travel or a telescoping travel path won't allow that to happen. So BodyFloat's vertical travel path really accentuates the opportunity to match the bike with the terrain below, keeping it in contact, giving you better traction, better control, better feel of the road. At the same time, keeping you connected with your sit bones so you can drive the bike. Be more comfortable, be more control, have a lot more fun, and you'll see a huge improvement in your confidence when you're on this because you're staying connected. You can go faster, you can ride longer, you can have a whole lot more fun on this thing. So basically, you have different springs for different body weights. I've got a black and a purple spring, which is the combination that I prefer. And I have the right springs matched for my body weight. And then I increase my tension with the bolt here on the back until I create a stable platform for me to ride upon. So right now, as you can see, I've got no tension on the system. My tension bolt's here at about a 1, and I can really easily press into the saddle. Nice and soft, nice and cushy. I've got a great platform. I've got a lot of travel capacity now. But what's the first thing you build when you build a house? Is a foundation. So ideally, I want to build the right foundation under me as a rider. And so what I would do is I sit on the saddle, and as I sit on it, I'm going to compress it down a certain amount. So I'm going to sit, I'm going to compress it, I'm going to tighten my tension bolt until when I'm in my normal riding position, I come off and on the saddle, it doesn't move at all. I can pedal at my, let's say 90 RPMs, and I'm nice and smooth. And now I've got a much firmer system underneath me, so I don't have any bounce, no movement, no waste. But I still got lots of available travel to go over and let that bike move around underneath me so it can maintain its contact with the ground. I can maintain contact with the bike, and I can continue to ride straight, smooth over stuff. When the foundation is built, I can then, this is where I do my bike fit. So basically, the first thing you build when you build a house is that foundation. And so I want to build a solid foundation under me as a motor on this bike. I've done that here. My tension is about right about a 4 right now. I've done my saddle height. I've got my perfect 72 centimeter saddle or whatever it is. I've done my fore aft. I've basically done my bike fit. Now I can back this bolt off slowly. And what that does, it gives me a little bit of negative travel. I haven't changed my saddle height because I'm still going to sag down to that same position. But now I've got this negative travel so I can create as soft or as firm a ride as I desire. The closer I am to the foundation, the more firm and responsive the system is. As I back this off and get that negative travel, the more plush and cush it is. And it's up to you what you want the bike to feel like. And this gives you the most effective, most tunable option to be able to do that. And right here, I'm on a Stromer ST2. This is a very high-end bike with a lot of mass underneath of you. It has great performance characteristics, and the BodyFloat marries those performance characteristics wonderfully with the body that's on top of it. So again, all we're trying to do is increase your riding experience and make it better. So the BodyFloat Post starts at our aluminum version is $250. That comes in a 27.2 and a 31.6. And any spring combination that you have, you order those and they come with the springs built in. We also have a carbon version and a titanium that sell for $395 and $415 respectively. Those comes with the tuning knob. They come with additional springs. They come with a really nice Spandura black wrap that goes over the top of it. So the only real difference is the post material and a few of the bells and whistles. The mechanism itself is the same. Well, you can check out information on BodyFloat on ridebodyfloat.com, and you can also go to a lot of our retailers. We've got 160 of them now in the country as of July, and so a lot of our retailers are carrying these to check out what they have. But check us out at ridebodyfloat.com. Check out your local retailer. Go for a test ride. We guarantee that you're going to like this thing.